Quick disclaimer. Should we comment on the author of a fanfiction, we are simply using context clues based on the content of the fanfiction being read. These comments are speculative and not meant to be insulting or judgmental towards the author. Similarly, any statements or opinions read as part of the fanfictions do not necessarily represent the values of the hosts. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pick a Fic, the world's #1 fanfiction podcast. My name is Jason, and with me is my brother, Micah.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's the early. I think this is the world record for the earliest ever podcast about fanfiction's recording time.
Yep, whole 8 a.m. We're just like, we're both up. Might as well just do it. Sorry for not bouncing off the walls as usual. We still gotta wake up a little bit. You know what? We're always crazy.
Just trust me, we will be bouncing off the walls with what we have today.
Oh boy.
But before we get into what we have today, we have to talk about movies.
Yeah.
Because we watched. It's important because it's the end of an entire studio. We watched Tinkerbell and the Legend of the Neverbeast, Disney Toon Studios' final movie before they were closed down in 2018, I think. It was pretty good. It wasn't as strong as Pirate Fairy or Secret of the Wings, but it had one very important thing going for it, and that was that these two highly annoying and stupid men were not in this movie. If you haven't seen these movies, there's just two. There's the fat one, and then there's the
I think
nerdy
they're
one.
like Gobbler and Clank or something.
Clank is one of them. I remember the name of the other guy last night, but now I can't.
Goobler.
It's nothing like that.
I can't. I can't remember. Oh no!
But that alone brought it above Pirate Fairy. That fact, because Pirate Fairy still had, even if it was very minor roles, it still had them in it, which brings it down. Every movie with Secret of the Wings would be even better if it didn't have those two in it, but they're in it, so it can't be as good as it should be. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But more importantly, the studio itself is terrible overall. It has, off the top of my head, it has the second Lilo and Stitch movie as their best movie, and then their only good series, if you can call them, are the two Lion King sequels and the Tinkerbell movies. Everything else they've made has been mostly miss. Some decent movies in there, but all of them are pointless. Most of them. Most of the sequels especially are pointless. They're just Disney was hey y'all, we want more money, so you guys get to do that for us, and then just put them on sequels to movies that don't need sequels.
Yeah. I after I did, I pointed out that I genuinely think Blue Sky had more of an impact than Disney Toon.
Okay, you could argue a Goofy movie if that's your type of comedy, which isn't mine.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Goofy movie. I know you weren't.
I did. I was okay with the second Beauty and the Beast. I'm just looking at their Wikipedia.
Okay.
Other Winnie the Pooh was garbage.
Oh yeah, that deserves just a low ranking just for that. Those were terrible.
Most of these. Was the Jungle Book 2 horrible, or was it just okay? Most of these I don't remember. Okay. Another standout was Mickey, Donald, Goofy, the Three Musketeers. That one was actually really fun.
Yeah, that was great.
These are just these suck. All these other ones suck.
It's just really frustrating because it's that they had the money and that they had the talent, but they still made all these movies just out of obligation and nothing else. These movies, I believe, could have been really good. Not as good as the originals, from the sequels, but still good. And like with the original stuff, when they're not making sequels, like Goofy Movie or The Musketeers, like it's good. So it's just like it's just really frustrating that it's just we got so much crap compared to like from like so many movies, and there's like the feel good ones. So it's like it's not even, I can't even recommend like marathoning it unless you're personally curious.
Or I would recommend it if you're. What we're doing is we're doing 3 Disney studios, all in chronological. So you're not getting every single horrible Disney Toon movie in a row. You're breaking it up with the actual good ones, and Pixar. Which helps a lot because we immediately followed it up with Inside Out, which, you know, that's kind of a whiplash in quality.
Yeah.
But that kind of stuff would happen all the time. That's why I love these marathons, because you can literally... like, Sony was so funny because you literally go from, like... What wasn't it, like Spider-Verse to like Angry Birds 2 or something like that? It was like the best, literally the best to the worst. It's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Disney Toon is done. Now we just have Disney and Pixar, and because Disney Toon is done, we're gonna be getting through this a lot quicker. Because there's an entire less, like when it was just Disney for the first 50 years of movies that we were watching, it was like we were going by so fast because they're so short, because they're older. They're more like an hour and 20 would be long for a movie back then. An animated one at least. So we could get through like 4 in a night. We didn't have any like supplemental things we added in there. Like, I mean, we had the Herbie movies, but that was worth it. That was
100%.
We didn't have as many shorts that I threw in there because I had a lot of fun with Wikipedia when I was making this list. But yeah.
So far, like the 2010s are definitely looking better than the 2000s.
I'd say it depends on, like, Pixar, I would say it's not. Like, the 2000s looked better than the 2010s. Well, for main Disney, I'd say it is the 2000s that were kind of rough.
Yeah.
Because you had you had my favorite Disney movie in Lilo and Stitch, and then you had, like, Bolt.
Yeah.
Chicken Little.
And
Chicken Little's so funny.
Yep, it's all coming back to me.
Movie. I love that movie so much. But, anyway, this is a fanfiction podcast after all. And we are in the middle of a series, Sonic Riders Many Years Later, which I did send you the updated link.
Yes. Why do I keep forgetting we're doing this? I keep forgetting that this is what you're doing, and it's like I wonder what different fanfiction he has for me today. Is like, what am I doing? Okay, yes, I know my package is on its way. Shut up. Okay.
Okay, I'm so dumb. I sent it to you and then I didn't open it myself.
Jason.
What?
Jason, this is not Sonic Riders Many Years Later.
Wait,
Jason.
Not? Oh, crap. I must have sent you the wrong one.
Oh, well, I guess we're just going to have to reach...
Well, I guess we should recap the audience. So where we left off with Sonic Riders Many Years Later, Aleu had a heart attack. And when, because she was just putting herself through so much. I don't know if you remember, but she was exerting herself. She was protecting everyone. She was stressed out with losing the pack. She was so excited with getting back to Gnome. And then she let out the biggest excitement howl of her entire life and fucking died.
But she had a really good diet.
But yet she was perfectly healthy. No diabetes. No autism as far as we know. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect in every way. But she had a heart attack. And thankfully she woke up from it. She woke up, but she had to spend 2 weeks in the hospital. Yes.
Very sad.
Okay, so this is a blindside.
Oh my god, there's a new blindside.
This is a blindside. We're reading Cheering Up Aleu, the sequel to Aleu's heart attack.
Whoa. This is interesting.
So a different blindside was watching the movie Balto, Like I
Yeah.
had this thing planned out. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna sneak Balto into a rotation. I'm gonna watch Balto, and then I'm gonna listen to all of our past episodes on Balto fanfictions, especially Aleu's Heart Attack, so I could be caught up fully with everything. And then we watched Balto, and then I looked at Cheering Up Aleu, and I realized, oh right, nobody from the first movie is in this. It's all people from the second movie. So my blindside didn't really work.
Didn't work. Well, no.
My first blindside didn't work, I should say. But this means that I got blindsided myself by my own blindside.
And I honestly would argue that the audience has also been blindsided because you said this is the next chapter in Sonic Riders many years later, so this is what they thought it was at first.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh wait, no, this isn't. So I say all of us have been blindsided.
That's kind of the point. I mean, your blindside wasn't really fit to like have the title be different. Like you weren't really teasing anything to begin with, I don't think. Like It's not like we could have made a thumbnail like last year when I did it in the middle of Malagasy, I think I still keep forgetting to change that because it's still Malagasy Part 2 when it's not supposed to be. But I will say it's relatively short, and I did read it. There is a very, very okay. First off, you should read
This is a Cheering Up Aleu by Bloodlustful. Sequel to Aleu's Heart Attack, though she's recovered from her heart problem and is now living a better, nicer life. Aleu one day is unable to help but feel depressed and glum. Niju has a way to fix that, however, and is more than willing to bring it to her. There is a nice surprise at the end too. Anyone who likes Niju's x Aleu pairing will be quite pleased with it. Grade K plus. It charges under 2,000 words. Published on December 29th, 2012.
Okay, so the first one was earlier. I remember.
Oh, yeah. This person has wrote a lot of fan fiction, so I'm not even gonna look. Well, yeah. This is
Okay, so I'm gonna say there. It says it's rated K+.
Uh-huh.
I would argue it is at least teen. In fact, it might even be mature.
Oh,
depending entirely on the intent of what happens at the end.
Jason, if we get an episode 25,
it's like, okay, I will stop when we get to the part because I would want to warn the audience in case they do not want to listen to the thing we read.
Oh, our first warning.
This one's so weird. This one's bizarre and not necessarily in a good way.
I'm glad I'm not reading it
then. Okay, here's the thing. You are voicing the only two characters in this, so you're wrong. You will be reading it.
So wait.
Okay, I will remind you. Aleu is the Balto and Jenna's daughter. She's the most wolf-like of their
I'm looking up.
And then Niju is the Mark Hamill character from the second movie, who you actually did like a pretty decent job in our original episode. He was a villain turned good. Basically for the fan fiction.
It was looks like Mark Hamill, actually.
Dude, I'm on the normal Wikipedia, so I don't have a picture of him.
All right, yeah, no, I can do this.
It's maybe I don't want to be hyping it up too much. It's not like, episode 25 level. It's not unreleasable stuff. It's just like, depending on the age of the author and the intent of what is written, it could be very much like the author's poorly disguised fetish. Very, very much so.
And it just says anyone who likes Niju x Aleu pair will be quite pleased.
I don't know about that. Okay, so without further ado, this is Cheering Up Aleu by Bloodlustful. Hello all. This is a sequel to Aleu's Heart Attack, and it's far more hilarious than pulse pounding. How so, you ask? Well, in a nutshell, Aleu's feeling down in the dumps one day, despite having gotten better from her near-death heart attack experience and having a nicer, more enjoyable life and initially finding it wonderful, though she isn't without a reason for her morose, is that a word? Morose mood? In any case, but
Do we need to add it to the? I was gonna. Do we need to add it to the dictionary?
depends if it's real. Let's go to dictionary.com.
We've added real words to the dictionary.
Morose? Is that how you spell it? It's real. It's a real word. Gloomily or sullenly ill-humored as a person or mood. A synonym would be like sulky.
Ah, okay.
So that's a real word. Congratulations. In any case, Niju's got the perfect cure for it, and he'll delightedly be the one to give it to her. He's going to give new meaning to the phrase, laughter is the best medicine, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't.
I own none of the characters. I do. They all belong to the Balto franchise. Cheering up Aleu. It had been 3 weeks since Aleu had her unexpected and uninvited heart attack, and thus 1 week since she had, after getting back to normal for the 2 weeks she'd gotten back with... This is all coming back. These long sentences. Gotten back with her family and her friends Nava and Niju. Although Aleu had been quite happy to be a gnome again, living a new life and, above all, recovered from her heart attack ordeal, and finally having learned her lesson about overstressing herself, she was, after the first full week of really getting into her new life, suddenly feeling rather depressed. Why was this? The answer is quite simple. Though she'd been feeling wonderful for the past 6 days, and having all kinds of fun and excitement both by herself, with her family and or friends, with humans, and sometimes even in the romantic way with Niju, who she'd started to develop the hots for, and vice versa, it was on this Saturday that she suddenly was feeling downer than a rock dropped in a pool. The reason she was feeling so glum was because the memory of her old pack and how she was forever separated from them despite doing all she could to help them. Even more than the vast effort of Niju and Nava also put into trying to help them, had come back to bite her. It had caused her... It had caught up to her, and this fact made her both feel she'd let her ancestors down, shown herself unfit to be a pack leader, and not as much of a wolf as she thought she was. This and it all made her think she was a disappointment and a letdown to her family, and that she was undeserving of anyone's love, especially that of her parents and siblings. Okay.
Wait. So because she had a heart attack, she let everyone down.
I think it's because she lost the pack.
Oh, okay.
Okay, do you remember the ending of the first chapter?
No, absolutely.
There was this very, very long, drawn-out joke where people kept saying heart-related phrases.
Yes. Okay.
She doesn't have the heart or whatever, and then people kept getting mad.
Yes.
That's as far as we know, that's the last contact that she had with them, I think. So it's thinking about
that she's still hanging out with family and or
friends.
friends.
It ended with saying that she needed 2 weeks to recover with no visits. I thought that's at least how I interpreted it.
That's weird. No visits, even though
because they're just we'll see you in 2 weeks. I think someone said.
Huh.
But so. Dude, this writing, it hasn't changed at all.
It hasn't. Oh,
I kind of like it. Needless to say, she was extremely unhappy, and in fact lying down with sad, miserable, and despondent eyes, one tear coming out of each eye. Out of each one.
Oh my gosh.
That she didn't know whether or not the rest of her pack had found a way to survive, though she hoped to God they had. Only made it worse, and the hurt of it all the more painful for the poor half wolf. Niju was the only one who noticed for one simple reason. When the others could tell that Aleu had suddenly disappeared after the one saw, okay, she's out of the hospital. Did they say that?
Well, yeah, because she was hanging out with family and or friends.
But she could be in the hospital. I thought it was still. Remember, the last one ended where it said she needs to spend 2 weeks in the hospital.
Yeah,
And
and
I
she's
thought
like,
it's only been 6 days.
well, it says right.
Oh, it had been 3 weeks. Okay, I'm dumb.
And it says right here.
I'm dumb.
She's quite happy to be in Nome again, living a new life, and above all, recovered
I'm dumb.
from her heart
stupid.
attack
I'm
ordeals.
Stupid. Anyway, Niju was. Oh wait, I read that already. Niju volunteered to look for her and tracked her down using his nose. I don't know why. I think it's really funny. He used his nose. He didn't smell. He just used his nose. He eventually found her in the place she'd chosen to be by herself and tried to cope with her spiritual pain inside of an old abandoned barn which anyone and anything could go to and out of as they pleased. He gently pushed the door open and asked,
Aleu? Who's there?
Asked Aleu, again, morose. How do you pronounce that? Morosely, while Niju entered the door, closed the door. Man, maybe it is too early for this. He replied,
It's me, Niju. What is eating you, beautiful? Oh, I'm just sad because of how I failed so badly and was never fit to be a Wolfpack Alpha or even live for that matter.
Speaking of, did you, when you went to bed last night, did you think you deserved to live?
I didn't think of it, but I think if I would have thought of it, I think yes.
Yeah, I think so. She said in response,
You mustn't say such things.
Niju told her.
But it's true.
Aleu said.
I lost a pack in that blizzard and avalanche combo despite my best efforts, and I've hurt my family a lot in the past without even meaning to, all because of my own problems. Yeah, but you've also been an incredibly good pack leader up until that disaster would separate us from them, and you helped bring me back when I was lost in so many ways. You've even provided me with romantic love and vice versa, and you've made things happier and better for everyone here.
Romantic. She has specified romantic love. Niju told her.
And even if they did get reliant on your leadership, your former pack wasn't always under your guide. They'll find a way to live, I'm sure. And we both know that if there's anything we could have done about their problem, we would have done it immediately. So does Nava. Not to mention you've been an integral part of a lot of important things in the lives of your loved ones and friends alike, or one way or another. At one time or another, you're not worthless. All of what you say is correct, but the way I work... Oh my gosh, I need it. It's coming back to me, man. But the way I worried you guys sick with my heart attack 3 weeks ago, the way I was the reason you fought amongst yourself for a bit because of unintentional heart puns after being relieved I wasn't a goner. I just can't look at myself in any way but an unhappy one, especially when one considers that I am such a bitch.
Rated K+, by the way.
There are so many things I said to my parents, especially my papa, which I wish I hadn't, and now have to live with that knowledge of me saying.
I think they're referring to the movie where, she was being like angsty teenage girl,
right?
Upset at Balto.
And I think this is not
because that didn't happen in the last fanfiction.
Oh yeah, but they've forgiven you, and all of us say things we don't mean.
Niju insisted.
I don't know.
That's still him.
So you can be stubborn, pushy, and heartstrong at times. So what? At least you're not an asshole who's willingly endangers the lives of children for the sake of his solar system size ego like Steel is. Good point.
Aleu said.
But then again, that's a pretty hard level of rotten evil to reach. True enough, but still.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to watch for the warning because it's starting to come. Niju nodded.
Look, Aleu, you are in need of some serious cheering up right now. So why don't you roll over on your back? Okay.
Aleu said.
Wait.
I think it's still her.
Oh, but I'm in the dark as to why this would cheer me up.
She noticed Niju's paws were suddenly on her long, sexy underbelly and asked,
Niju, what are you going to do?
This isn't what you think, by the way. I would have said something.
Isn't it obvious?
Asked Niju.
You're fully recovered from your heart problem and healthier than ever before by this point. And despite this, you're feeling down and morose.
This person learned this word like this week. And just like, I have to use that in all my fanfiction.
What's that book where it's just like, says like, it lists a bunch of like synonyms?
A thesaurus?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
And I just really like this one. Obviously, you need a few good laughs. It'll be good for your soul and your life. So what better way to give you what you need?
He then proceeded to tickle her everywhere with his front toes and the claws on them.
Then by the means of tickling you till you squeal?
Okay, so the rest of the fan fiction is going to be a lot of tickling. So if you don't like that, that's not even the one I was going to bring up.
Oh.
But that's the...
Oh,
okay,
no.
So Micah, the voice of Aleu, do all of this. By the way, I'm just going to say the rest of the fan fiction for those listening is just a bunch of like long blocks of like other like laughing.
Jake,
you can just
this is the worst episode.
No, it's not. It's not yet. It will be.
Let's get this over with. Stop! Tickling.
So, in between all of the ha-has was a stop that or something like stop tickling me. I think it's supposed to say.
I did not pick that up.
Aleu howled with laughter.
No can do, Miss Aleu.
You sound like almost like Solid Snake, which is really funny to me. Niju replied,
I'm not stopping you. I'm not stopping until you have completely chewed up and are howling with laughter like the beautiful half-wolf you are.
It's so funny because she's like a quarter wolf, not even a half wolf. He continued to tickle her as he'd been tickling her, and Aleu let out even louder fits of laughter than before.
No, stop! Help! I can't stand tickling.
Niju continued to tickle her until he was tired of using his forepaw toes and the claws on them, at which point he tickled Aleu so much that tears were streaming out of her beautiful and glamorous eyes.
What?
Here we go. Then Niju said,
your feet are next, though I am going to return to your belly, in addition to how I do your sides.
He used his tail to brush along her hind feet and tickle them, and this caused Aleu to burst out into further laughter.
Ha! 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 Nah! My feet! Stop it! No! Ow! No chance, no way.
Niju grinned. He continued to tickle the thrashing Aleu's feet with his tail and then switched to tickling her sides with his front paws. She let out,
Gah! This is even worse.
More and more tears came out of her eyes from so much laughing. And Niju then went for her belly once more, this time using his tongue to lick it over and over. And this was... Okay, sorry. I'm just really watching out for that thing. And this was truly driving Aleu insane with laughter.
It's like, I keep thinking it's almost over, and then there's like 3 more paragraphs that come up.
There's more.
Oh, no! That!
You just sound like an old lady now.
Not! Like, I saw someone.
I don't know what half of these are trying to like say.
Yeah. Oh. Your turn.
Aleu cried out laughing as this went on. Once Niju was tired of licking her belly, each lick driving Aleu into more hysterics than the last one, he told her,
So, Aleu, I'm going to take a guess and say that you know what just has to come next after all of that.
Aleu then asked,
What are you talking about? Oh, no, not that. Oh, yes, that. The quadruple tickle.
Niju said, and he used his tail, nose, tongue, and forepaws to tickle Aleu everywhere, be it her hind feet, her sides, her underarms, or of course, her belly. Niju missed not a single spot as he licked, tail brushed, and claw tickled all of every last inch of Aleu, who was now laughing harder than ever and could not do anything except laugh her head off louder and louder, longer and longer.
I'm going to kill myself, but for preservation's
For completion,
for
we're almost done.
preservation's
One
sake.
more. Aleu laughed out uproariously. Okay, if this is the part. So there is this is gonna suck. There is a urine warning.
Ooh.
So if you don't like that, skip to the time on screen. If you're audio listening, fucking I don't know, just skip ahead to we're not talking about piss.
Mute.
I'll give you 1 minute. Just try. We'll try and do this in 1 minute. All right. She felt many more tears flood out of her eyes, and soon enough, she had laughed so much, with Niju having tickled her so much, that she was unable to stop herself from peeing on him, much to Niju's surprise, which promptly caused him to stop tickling her. He exclaimed,
Yuck! Aleu, did you just piss on me?
She was unable to answer as Niju had tickled her so much that she at this moment was still in hysterical fits of laughter, tears coming out of every direction and area of her eyes, which were shut as she laughed hard, long, and loud. When once she was back to normal though, she said,
Niju, thank you. You cheered me up completely. I didn't know it, but I can now see that was just what I needed, especially since despite my protest, the tickling you gave me wasn't half bad. Now that I think of it, in fact, I liked it. Scratch that, I loved it. Well, I'm happy to hear that, and to see that my plan was a success, Aleu.
he told her.
Though I wish you hadn't urinated on me. Oh, sorry.
She'd go,
But then, at least this ensures that I will try to pay you back. Although, if I accidentally peed on you for all that laughing, it's only fair if you got so on me, right?
Niju, as soon as he saw the look in her eyes, knew exactly what she was suggesting and happily made his way over to her. He lay down and wrapped himself around her and vice versa, and they nuzzled and kissed. They got lost in their love, and now could tell that what had started out as a budding romantic relationship between them had now deepened into a full one. As they were in a happy trance in each other's embrace, Balto, Jenna, Cody, Dusty, Boris, Mocklock, Ralph, Kirby, and Nava happened to come across the barn, picking up the scent of where Niju was after looking for him once they realized how long he'd been gone. When they got the door open, though, they saw what was happening, and one look made it perfectly clear that they were seeing and what it meant. They all smiled, happy to see that Niju had cheered Aleu up and that he and Aleu were now getting intimate and had taken it further with their newfound love to each other.
No.
And simply walked away and closed the door quietly, allowing them some quality time alone with each other. All was well and right with the world. The end. So how did you like it? Please rate and review, everybody.
How old?
Says 5 favorites.
How 2004 says it was cool, but too bad it was short. Yeah, that was a classic fan fiction, if I do say so myself. That was terrible. I am so sorry, audience, but hey, we have the warnings. You clicked on this video because you're as insane and deranged as we are.
So, yeah.
I like the first one better.
Yes, I did. I debated even doing this one, but all I'm gonna say is there is a reason.
Oh yeah.
That I did it anyway.
Oh yeah.
That we will probably explore later.
Okay.
But for now, that was the Bloodlustful chronology of the heart attack saga.
Like I guess I did like the what was it called? Attack of the Dragonlands.
Terrorism in the Dragon World.
Terrorism in the Dragon. That one was
more entertaining.
1,000,000,000 times better. I think
this is a better blindside though.
Yes, no, the last one was.
You think so?
Yeah, dude. I will never forget when I just clicked on the link and there were just 9/11 was on the profile picture, and it just what? Well,
Yeah,
this was more of a like, I guess, like a nice
Maybe
surprise.
Planned it out way better. Maybe that's why in my head this one was better, but I guess the shock value of the last one was like unbeatable. I don't know where I found that, and I don't think I'm gonna find anything like that ever again.
No, absolutely not. That was beautiful. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please watch a Malagasy.
I'll change the name when I upload this one. I'll remember to change the name.
All right.
Can you make a thumbnail for that? I can try.
I kind of want you to try this.
I'll try. I'll have to re-listen to it to get the vibe.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? It's a short one. If you wanted to, I don't know, just talk about something. Like we would talk about more of the fan fiction.
No, I think that's good. I think we need to let these people who listen to this, rest and collect their thoughts and rethink their life choices, just as we should with us.
All right. Well, join us at some distant, maybe not so distant point in the future, where we finish the trilogy with Future Shock by Bloodlustful. There's another one. That's why I had to read this one. That is why.
Dude, there's no way they're going to reference any of this.
Which, by the way, it's actually rated M, and they swear so much.
No.
You think AVGN is bad. So at some point, I'll bring that up. But next time I'm doing the fanfiction, it will actually be Sonic Riders many years later.
Yay.
I promise. We're both out of our April Fool's blindsides. The month of April. Is this the last? This was the last one in April, so I got it in the last possible minute. Watch the movie Balto. It's fucking awesome.
Yep.
Anyway, have a good rest of your day. I should probably do the make sure to like and follow and subscribe, and mostly tell your friends, because if you have a friend who likes listening to piss fan fictions, then
this was right up your alley.
This will be perfect for them. Give them this as a gift.
Nice.
Send it as an email disguised as the next part of Sonic Riders many years later. I was so scared. I know
I was just gonna click on
that you were just gonna pull it up by yourself. I was just like,
nope, did not even think about doing that.
Good. All right, see you guys later.
Bye.